The views, information, and opinions expressed during the following program are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent the views of Access Communications, its representatives, or its employees.
Hey, it's Bob here, and we're at Cruisin, and it's the Saskatchewan Ford Mercury show, and this is one of 3 shows, and I've got the president with me, Mike Kyle. So you must be pleased today, Mike, with the turnout and the weather.
The weather's terrific. A little windy right off the get-go, and we're setting up, but we've got, I think, about 106 cars registered today. Fantastic turnout for the last car show of the summer for us.
So tell us a little bit about your club here. How many members do you have, and what you do some fundraising and all that stuff, and you're the president, and you get to decree whether you go to war against Putin or something? Or
Oh, yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we don't think much of that clown. But as far as the car club goes, it varies anywhere between 80 and 95 members yearly. Fellas get old, sell their cars, move on, things happen, new guys come in. We've got some younger guys to the club now, which is nice to keep this old stuff going. So we mentor them along and teach them how to fix cars, what to do, give them advice. And we run 3 car shows a year, our club, the Sask Ford Mercury Club. We base here with the A&W. They're kind enough to let us use their facilities. It's obviously very good for business. The place is packed today.
Yeah, exactly.
And we run 1 in June, 1 July, and 1 August.
So this is the last one of the year then?
Yes, this is the last one. And then we have some private club events. We have a spring and fall cruise, and we'll generally get a hold of another club in town with a bunch of guys through the Collectors Car Club.
Oh, yes.
And they're a great bunch of guys, and they come.
They help us out with the Labor Day show and shine.
Yeah, they do a great job. So they'll come along on some of our cruises and stuff, and fellows from Indian Head, some of the Moose Jaw guys. And the car community isn't just relative to a specific car club.
Yeah.
And if you look around here today, we have car club members from Indian Head. Shout out to the guys from Moose Jaw, Majestic's car members, Northside Street Rod members are here, and there's probably some others I haven't even thought of. But it's a community of guys, and it's all guys and gals, and it's what the car thing's all about.
Oh, absolutely! It's a family fun thing. If families enjoy it, and part of your revenue goes towards charity. And which charity is that again?
Yeah, the charity we've been supporting for a number of years is the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation for research. And last month we presented them a sizable check. We do every year, and that's our goal. So the funds that come from the table there, everybody registers at $10, and after the cost of the pin is collected, everything else basically ends up with juvenile diabetes. And then we have a steak night in the winter, and we allow them to come out and they do a fundraiser there. So we do everything we can for a worthy cause, and there's lots of different causes to choose from that are relative and good. We just happen to pick that one, and they're happy to have us helping them out.
I can imagine. In closing, just tell us, what kind of Fords do you have, or Mercurys?
I got a 1969 Ford Cobra to the hardtop. There's some people, it's a Fairlane body car.
Yeah.
428 4-speed car. And I got my old 63 Galaxy here. It's to the hardtop, big block 4-speed car as well.
Big block. How big is the big block?
That one's a 406.
406.
The one in the Cobra Jet
that's unusual. 406.
It's a 1-year only motor.
Yeah.
It's a precursor to the 427 Ford.
427 Ford.
And then the other car is a 428 Cobra Jet.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm just curious, going back to that 406, what do you think you're putting out for horsepower there?
Well, they advertised with the 3 Holley carbs that it came with, 405 horsepower or 460.
3 Holley carbs? What size are those? What CFM are those?
I think they're about 440 a piece.
Because you can't have 7 or 800, 3...
No, she's putting out lots, and it when the speedometer's going one way, the gas gauge is going the other. I'll let you know about that.
Maybe we'll walk over and we'll just have a quick peek at it. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, sure, you're welcome. Thank you.
How did you find it? Was it just on Kijiji?
Yeah, just word of mouth from a friend of mine. He put me onto it, and I got kind of interviewed to even look at the car. And oh yeah, came out of a private collection from a guy that doesn't want everybody knowing his business. And
okay.
Yeah, it worked out really well.
Interviewed to buy the car.
Yeah,
that's
it was set up by a dear friend of mine.
That's good. Some of these cars, they just hide out in different people's collections and cars. You never see them hit the street.
Well, the worst thing for these cars, these old cars, they got to be driven on a regular basis.
They do.
You got carburetors dry out, fuel systems go bad, brakes go bad, all kinds of issues. But if you get them out and get them hot once in a while, put some fresh fuel them, throw them, get them out on the highway, warm them up, clear out the cylinders. They'll give you everyday service like they did when you and I were young guys.
Yeah, no, that's right.
So you got to drive them. I like to drive at least once a week. I'll come in for coffee with my car buddies, and I live out of town 10 miles, so get a good
cruise
warm.
In.
Yeah, cruise in.
It's like having a horse. If you let it sit around in the field, do nothing, can't perform.
Yeah, come in, kill a few bugs, go home, clean it off again. It's all fun.
I love it. I love the bench seat on this. That's what.
That's kind of neat the way they did
nothing wrong with buckets and all that stuff, and I love that. I've had cars with.
Well, these are comfortable. It's like driving in an old half ton. You can drive all day long with a bench seat in a truck.
I used to call it that living room ride. You're just sitting in your mom and dad's living room, and it's a really unusual color, but it appeals to me.
Yeah, it is different, isn't it?
That's not right from OEM, is it?
Yeah, that's factory color in the car.
But it's not the original paint, though. Huh?
It's been repainted once, and it's just a driver quality paint job. It's not the best, but it's.
I like that driver quality paint job. It's good. Worked for me.
A 10-footer.
A 10-foot. No, it's more than a 10-footer. I can see that. I love this. Is this stainless on here?
Yeah,
or is that chrome?
That would be. I think that's chrome actually.
Yeah. I just like sometimes they use. Well, this would be stainless, wouldn't it?
Yeah, this is stainless here.
Stainless. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between stainless and chrome if you get it really polished
up.
Well,
the idea back in the day was that was a jet age, so Ford had in there from 62 or so up with T-Birds and Galaxies. They all had the big round taillights emulate the thrust,
flame out with your jet.
The thrust coming out of a jet's rear end or something. But and then the name Galaxy, and they were looking for that, and they had one they called the Starliner.
Yeah.
And then you got your Galaxy, and that was kind of the theme.
And the thing is, these a lot of these Galaxies were race cars also in NASCAR.
Well, that's how
I saw one at Goodwood the other day on YouTube. They were racing a car like this.
Well, that's how this motor came to be. See, they were running 406s against the Chevy 409s in NASCAR.
Oh, okay.
So they cast a 390 block, made it beefier, so they could bore it out for bigger cylinders. That's how you got 406 cubes. And then they put a solid lifter motor in it, cast iron exhaust manifolds, three 2-barrel Hollies, and that's how they came up with 405 horsepower.
Came out with a
So
race
they
car.
ran this motor for 1 year, and it was available to the public, like this car has.
Yes.
Then Ford boarded out another 200,000 and came out with the famous 427.
Ooh.
So this is the basis of that engine.
Okay.
But they only made this motor for a year. That's why a lot of people.
The building block of the 427.
Yeah, they aren't familiar with this motor.
Then you have the 428 and then a 429.
Yeah, well, the 428 is a derivative of the FE motors. They started out in 58, and FE stood for Ford Edsel.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and they started as a 332, and then changes over the years right up to the 428 Corvajet.
Yes.
And that included the 427, the 390, the 360, the 330.
Where's the 429 come in there?
That is a different motor series. That's a different engine block.
Okay, different
and
engine
the
block.
460 and the 429 are the same engine. They're totally different than the FE block
That's a
series.
big Lincoln.
Yeah, they're totally different engine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and different plants, different engines, coming out of this place and that place,
Yeah.
Windsor, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even know them all.
Some of these engines powered half tons right through the mid-70s. They started this engine series in 58 and went right to the mid-70s before they got rid of them. So
yeah, it's like
they've been
Chevy.
around a long time.
265, 285, 327, 350.
Yeah, and they were all terrific engines too,
Yeah.
And if you're a Chevy follower, they had their family of motors too. And one wasn't better than the other. They just leaked in different places.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, thanks for joining us, Mike. Really good and good education on the Ford here.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bob.
So I'm here with Bill Boomer, and we're just chilling behind his little trailer here, and it says Tear Jerkers. What is this trailer? Tell us, did you make this or did you buy this?
I've been after this trailer for about 10 years. A friend of mine out in Victoria, BC, built it in 1979.
Oh, it's a home built then, huh?
Yeah, it's a home-built trailer.
It has a nice fit and finish. I mean, it doesn't look like some home built thing to me.
Oh, it's the outside is all aluminum.
Okay.
It's period dated. It needs Little TLC, but it's a
That's
good
what
motor.
makes it go, though, too. I mean, you've got. So tell us a little bit about. You've got a little counter here, which does that pull up or yeah?
This here, it just pulls out and you just
Drops down.
stores vertical in here.
So this is your outdoor kitchen then.
Yeah,
So you got a little cook stove there, and you've got your
drawers for utensils and canned food and that type of stuff.
So have you actually taken it camping yet, Bill?
I've slept in it, but not,
You have slept.
Oh
in it?
yeah, 3 times. I just bought it 2 weeks ago,
Oh really?
and I
Did
told
you go all the way out to BC to get it?
I left here on Sunday morning, and I was in Victoria on Monday afternoon.
Ooh, you were smoking. What were you driving?
Dodge Dakota,
Dodge.
340,000 kilometers on it.
Oh jeez. But this is really cool. So your buddy built it. Did he fabricate those bumpers on the down the line?
These are, I think they're probably 1940 Ford.
Oh, 1944.
I'm guessing at it. Yeah,
So the outer skin is made out of what?
aluminum.
Aluminum.
Yeah,
So he's a bit of a tin banger then, is he?
yeah, it was all out of aluminum. The inside is just thin panel board.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you knew he was going to sell it, and you said, "I got."
Well, no, I've been bugging him for 10 years, and I went to the car show up in Yorkton 2 weeks ago, and I saw on Facebook he was thinking of selling it.
Yes.
So I contacted him, and 15 minutes later it was mine.
Well, I like it. I like it. Let's have a look inside here for a sec, Bill.
Absolutely.
I like this outdoor kitchen back here. This works for me.
It's all going to get modified this winter.
Oh yeah. Hey, you got a tap here, huh?
Yeah,
So you hook up the garden hose or what?
This here just unbolts for 2 wing nuts,
Okay.
but the sink is actually out of a Canso airplane.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, so this whole fabricated thing is from an airplane.
yeah, you just on 2 wing nuts and you take it off and put it inside for travel.
So what has he got in the back here for a rear end? Looks like a vintage rear end too.
It's a vintage rear end, Model A wheels, I believe they are.
Okay. And this is all aluminum over top, huh?
Yeah, the whole outside is all aluminum.
Hey, he's even got the little airplane logo on
Yeah.
there. So do you think you've slept in it, huh?
Oh, it's very, very comfortable. As long as
Really?
it's level.
Does it have air vent at all, or how do you keep yourself
No,
cool?
just windows open up about an inch.
The window will open up about an inch.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you, Bill. So now you got yourself a camper.
Yeah, no, it's just, I bought it, I've got another trailer I was carrying, towing stuff, and I have a tent on it. You got to take the tent off and set it up and take it down. This way I just throw a cover over the car, climb in and go to sleep.
And look at this, you got your, what's that again here,
27 Model T.
Model T. That's your tow job now?
Yeah, that's...
You can go to car shows. You could sleep in advance the night
I
before.
take that everywhere. I've been to Yorkton. I was out at Katepwa with it. I did Weyburn and Moose Jaw on one day.
Now you got your home.
Oh, I got my home, yeah.
Oh, good for you, Bill. Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it very much. Okay, we're here with Larry Smith, and he's got a trike. So tell us a little bit about your trike here.
Well, it's all original 70s era. The engine itself I bought. It's a 78 Ironhead Harley Davidson.
Okay.
And I actually basically bought that and built the bike around it. So everything here is all hand built right from front to back. I did it all myself, upholstery, everything, the rear differential.
I like your seat. Where did you
manufactured.
find that seat for that
That
old?
was Amazon.
You could get that on
Yeah,
Amazon.
I did find it on Amazon. Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
Springs
cool.
and all. So
Jeez.
so I was happy to find that.
So what would you call that seat? Is off a Springer or something like that? Kind of.
No, it's just a custom motorcycle seat,
Yeah.
just an all-purpose one. But
So what? How many cc's or inches are we
it's
dealing?
1,000 cc, 80 cubic inch.
80 cubic inch.
Yeah.
And that's a what year was that?
78 Ironhead.
Ironhead.
Harley Davidson.
Why do we call it Ironhead?
I don't know. That was what they called them back in the day.
Yeah, they had different
1978,
names for
They
them.
had different names for different bikes, but this one they named it an Ironhead. So
Where did you find that Ironhead engine?
I found it in Indian Head.
Really?
A lot of years ago, and yeah, I
So
just
the
slowly picked
engine
away.
had parted with the rest of the bike, or the bike was still there?
Actually, the frame and the engine were as one at one time. I just bought them as a package.
Okay.
But the frame has been modified since then.
What did
Yeah.
you do for your tank there?
The tank is a original 70s coffin tank.
Okay.
I found that at a swap meet in Regina here as well a few years ago.
Nice.
Everything is.
What are you doing for a fuel tank? That is your fuel tank.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this here.
Oh,
This is your.
that's just a baggage carrier thing.
Yeah.
Something I built myself. I did all the upholstery.
You did all the leather work.
All the leather work myself. Yeah. I
You're
took a
kind of
stab at
handy
it.
guy, huh?
Yeah. And the Springer front end is a 69 to 70s Springer front end I found
Chopper,
in Toronto.
big long chopper, yeah. Oh
Long,
man, I
so
remember
they're
those.
rare to find.
How does it steer with that long end?
Cool.
It's nice.
Yeah. You have to take wider turns, but I mean it's still
It's an
super
art form.
cool.
I've never had a long. I've had a few bikes, but never had a long chopper run like that.
And I just recently put reverse on this thing.
Oh, did you? Look at your exhaust there. What are those off of?
Those were, you can get those tailpipes
Amazon
off Amazon or Kijiji or
You and Jeff Bezos
eBay.
are partners.
Yeah, I guess so.
Everything off
Yeah.
Amazon.
But the reverse works well. All it is just a little push button.
Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that! It bites into the gears.
Yep.
So it's idling, and then
And it's idling, and you just pull it back, and
pull it back, and it starts to.
it rolls backwards. Yep.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at that a little longer. See how you did that. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Actually, it's just a windshield wiper motor out of a Chevy Cobalt. I just
Really?
got off an auto wrecker, and I just kind of modified the gear and stuff on it. So.
Jeez, that is amazing.
So it's.
So it's nice too. Actually, reversing a bike is so handy.
It is, especially these things. They're kind of bulky when you're trying to push backwards.
You get
the
stuck
tires
down
get
at
in the way.
You go
Yeah.
down parking lot, and then how
Yeah.
do you get up? You got to get people to push you and all that stuff. Yeah.
So other
very
than that-
nice. What's the headlight off?
A headlight. Oh my goodness, where I found that, I don't even know. I think it was at a swap meet in a box of stuff. But it's an original 70s item as well. So
I like your mirrors too.
yep, those were eBay or Amazon, one of the two. Yep.
So really, this is just like mix and match off eBay,
You
Amazon,
betcha. Yeah.
Kijiji. Yeah, just pull it all together.
Most of the main parts are all vintage 70s
Your
stuff.
cover says S&S Super.
Yeah, it's got the super carburetor on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
sort of updated carb kind of thing.
They call it a shorty. But,
Shorty.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, thanks for showing us your bike here. It's very cool.
Thank you.
So we're here with Todd Dixon. He's got a 1966 Fairlane GT90.
390.
390. Yes, I can see the badging on there.
There you go.
Actually, it's interesting how Ford and GM 390, 396, 409, 420, all that sort of stuff. So where did you find your car, Todd?
I found this car through the Sask Ford Mercury Club that I'm a member of. I have another car that was going to be getting some restoration work done on it, and our club president, Mike Kyle, I told him I would like to find a big block Fairlane, a 66 or 7, to drive for the next couple summers while the other one was getting restored. And he knew the fellow that had this car, and Mike had restored the car himself and connected.
Kyle?
Mike Kyle, who you would know, I think, Bob, probably. Yeah. And so
Also, Mike did this work.
yeah, Mike did this work, and he was able to connect me with the then current owner to make a deal on the car, and I'm thrilled I did. I love driving it.
What's the best part of this car that you like?
You know, the thing I like about it the most is that even though it's it's kind of hopped up under the hood and souped up, it's very much maintains its completely original character. I really like that about
Kind
it.
of a sleeper car.
Absolutely. Well, until you start it, yeah. But just to look at it, the engine, the 390.
What did you do to me? You woke me
You
up.
woke me up, yeah. And so the 390 engine is
I
actually.
want to get out of bed and eat somebody.
Eat somebody. So the 390 is actually punched out and bored and stroked to about 430 cubic inches.
Whoa!
And it's got a roller camshaft in it, higher compression.
Let's have a look at that.
Yeah,
right there.
sure.
Yeah, you can tell we're at a car show here. There's a little bit of background sound.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at that thing.
Yeah, very clean, and
Mike's work is like impeccable.
absolutely, he does a fabulous job. And I've had to just kind of do some regular maintenance along the way, with a little more TLC from Mike here and there. But car's running really, really well, and I'm really, really happy with it. The car is a 4-speed transmission.
What are they? Is that Gran Turismo?
Yeah, Grand Touring.
Gran Turismo. Oh,
if-
look at the
if
carpet
it-
in there. That's beautiful.
If it was an automatic, it would be called a GTA.
Gran Turismo
Automatic. Yep.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Beautiful.
What kind of transmission is in there?
It's a 4-speed, what they call top loader transmission. So very,
Why do
very.
they call it top loader?
It has to do with the way that the gears, if I understand it correctly, the way
Drop
that the
into
gears
sync?
are dropping and everything, and
okay.
and
Top loader,
the things.
Side
So-
oiler, top oiler.
But
yeah,
quite bulletproof apparently, and not that I drive it to the twilight zone trying to break the thing, but
Twilight Zone.
yeah.
Oh man! And what are those wheels on there?
Those are the factory original style GT wheels that came optional on the car.
The chute kind of wheel.
Yeah, and these ones are on the back are actually slightly wider than the front ones. The way they decided to do the car up when they restored it.
Okay.
But they're
the red lines on there.
Yeah, the red line tires, which don't want to be burning those up too badly at $500 a pop. So
Really?
to try to they're not cheap.
Okay, we're here with Grant McPherson, and you've got a Monte Carlo. I was almost going to say a Chevelle. I don't know why. I just
They're pretty close.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking that. So this is you got a 450. You got the rat in here.
Yes.
Wow. Did that come with it?
That's stock. Yeah, it's got the SS package, so it's 454 with stock.
Gee. So tell us a bit about your car. Where did you find this car?
Actually, I bought it in Watrous 3 years ago. The restoration was done in North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Ooh, far away.
The guy bought it from said he had it for about 10 years and decided to sell it. So
You
I had an
lucky.
opportunity to buy it.
Did that come with it?
The little car actually did, but not the rotisserie, but the car. The
The
little,
little rotisserie. Where'd you find
car.
that rotisserie?
I
from?
just built it. Princess Auto.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's driving it? A little electric.
little 6-volt electric motor.
And what's it powered by? How do you?
Battery actually behind the battery.
Oh, you got another battery behind the battery.
Yeah.
That car is so clean, you could eat off the engine compartment.
Yeah. It takes a while to keep them clean for sure.
So, what the history of the car came from North Carolina, did it?
Yeah, that's where the restoration was done. It was originally built in California,
Okay.
sold new out of Phoenix, Arizona.
Really?
So it's rust-free, pretty clean car.
So this is the SS Z20 option. What do we mean by the Z20 option? I'm just reading from your stuff there.
Z20 gave probably it's all listed on there.
Okay.
Gave you the 360 horse engine, turbo 400, 12 volt.
LS5 engine,
Yeah.
Turbo 400 transmission, bulletproof transmission, 12 volt differential. Automatic level control. It's like Cadillac kind
That's
of
a
thing?
little different, actually. It is similar to Cadillac. That's a gold tank on there.
Oh, that's a pretty big one. That's a little compressor, is it?
It's a vacuum-operated compressor, which is kind of strange.
Yeah, no, but that's interesting.
Yeah. So
Probably it looks a little beefier than some of the little compressors I've seen with
little
other
electric
cars.
ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so if you throw something in the trunk or you get a couple extra riders in, it just lifts it back up to stock height.
Ooh.
And if you get out, then it drops back down to
Yeah.
the right height again.
So the Monte Carlo. So really, the Monte Carlo was built as a luxury car, but yet a kind of a muscle car. It was
Yeah.
sort of.
That's how they marketed it.
It lived in
Yeah.
both worlds, didn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
So what's the color black? Any name to that, or is it just jet
Tuxedo.
black?
Tuxedo black.
Tuxedo black.
Yeah.
And hats off to you. You've got it. No streaks, no nothing, no dust.
Yeah.
It looks great today.
No, thanks.
And you got that ratchet shifter or that type of.
Yeah, that's all
Automatic.
stock. Yeah, it's all stock.
So, I'm just trying to think, when this car came out, if a guy didn't want a Chevelle and he was a little, maybe looking for a little classier ride, he would go for a Monte Carlo then.
I think so. Yeah, kind of high.
I was trying to figure out their marketing GM, they kind of
yeah.
niche marketing.
Yeah, it was marketed as a gentleman's muscle car.
Gentleman's
Yeah.
muscle car,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you kind of fool people, huh? You're going down the road and you think, there's Grandpa, boom.
Yeah, that's why they kept the insignia quite small. That's the only markings on the whole car.
454.
Yeah.
So if you weren't looking right,
Yeah, they didn't
you
show
could
up.
get smoked.
Yep.
So tell us, you've got this is a more modern Westie, isn't it?
Well, it's modern of the. As far as modern goes, yes.
Yes.
It
What
is.
year is this one?
It's 1986.
Yeah, because they started back, what, in the 60s?
They did, yeah, and I believe they changed the style of them in the late 70s, and this is that style of the late 70s.
Okay.
That they maintained until I think 1989, and then they changed it to the more modern van that you see with the engine in the front and everything.
So they're not making Westies anymore, though, are they?
No, they don't, and they do in Europe, and they're called the California.
Oh, the California.
Yeah, but they're not sold in North America.
So where did you find your Westphalian?
Well, my wife found it on Facebook, as of all places, and it was. I've loved them. I used to have one way back when I was in my early 20s, and I talk about it often. And when my wife found it, she contacted me and said, "Look what's for sale. Should we buy it?" And we bought it like that. So no questions asked. We just bought it.
Let's go inside and have a look inside your Westie here. Hi, girls. Oh, there's your wife. Yeah, she's there. So you're the instigator of this problem, huh?
Of which problem?
The Westphalia.
Found it on Facebook.
Well, my husband loves these, and so I've spoiled him and bought him a van.
Oh, well, that's a pretty good thing. Where's he going? He's cleaning up.
Getting out of the way.
He's getting out of the way. So where did you find it on in the paper on Kijiji or what?
It was through a Facebook selling thing called Marketplace.
Okay.
I was just flipping through social media and saw it, and it's beautiful.
Have you had fun with it here? Has this been fun for you guys?
It's new to us, so it's just this summer been fun for us. So yeah.
I think it's going to be
I'm just going to ask him a couple questions here. Have you cooked in it yet?
I have not cooked in it.
Have you cooked in it?
Oh no.
Is that natural gas or no? That's LP.
Propane.
Yeah, propane. Yeah, liquid propane. And it's got a little fridge too. Does everything work yet?
Yeah, the propane's been updated. It works. It was used by the previous owners just last year before they sold it to us. Yeah, they've updated. Make sure everything's perfectly running order. Everything works very well. It's fantastic condition.
Oh, fantastic. So are you not going to take it camping or do anything with it?
It's too pretty to take camping.
It's too pretty to take camping. Well, I hope you have a great summer with it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hey, we're here with Neil Morrison. He's got a 92 Ford XLT extended cab.
Yes, extended cab, yeah.
I had a Ford 150. No, was it a 73, 74? I don't know if they called it a 150 or 100. I can't remember
Yeah, it
anymore.
might have been a 100 back then.
Yeah, I think it was 100. So
Yeah.
this is a 150.
Yep.
It's a beautiful truck.
Thank you.
So where'd you get your truck?
If you can believe it, a little town called Quinton. It's out. Yeah, it's out by Raymore.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I'm the third owner. Apparently, this, as close as we can figure, this truck was bought new from Bennett Dunlop Ford by a rancher farmer out in the Raymore area.
Okay.
After he had quit farming, ranching, stuck it in a barn, didn't use the thing.
Okay.
Then this gentleman from Quinton found it.
Okay.
He was a trucker, so he didn't use the truck a lot and then decided to sell it. So I happened to, actually another club member by the name of Fred Wagner found it, and he was looking at it, but he wanted a truck with a 5.8. This has only got the 5.0.
So you had this painted?
Yeah.
So you did the bed too? What? How did you
No,
do that?
the bed was in the truck, Bob, when I got it.
Really?
Yeah, the previous owner did the spray and bed liner.
Very well done. Very well done. So what do you think the towing capacity on this is? Do you have an idea?
Yeah, 7,000 pounds.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's got 355 gears in the back, so just with the 5-liter 302.
Were these rails with it when you got
Yeah,
it?
they came with it too, Bob. Yeah.
So that's part of the XLT package, probably.
No, that would have been an add-on.
Oh, an add-on.
Yeah, the guy. I assume the previous owner put them on. Yeah. I put the new running boards on it. So. Yeah.
You know, they're just such a handsome-looking truck.
Yeah, it's not bad looking. Yeah.
What did you say that red color is?
I believe it's a candy apple.
Candy apple red.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Well done. Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing your truck
Oh,
with us.
you're very welcome.
Well done.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then I did the exhaust system too on it. It had single when I bought it. I did the exhaust on it.
Ran it up, and you've got the dual balls in the back there and everything.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, very nice truck. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Bob. Thank you.